Do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Anybody have any comments on the agenda?
No.
So we will move on to the reorganization of Planning Commission for 2025. Do we have a nomination for chair?
I would nominate Curt to be the chair for next year.
I'll just, oh, it might be more. Okay. all in-
Everybody forward, say aye.
all in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Then vice chair, I'll nominate Shimon.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
And then secretary. Any nominations?
Volunteers.
Joel,
Sure.
do we have a second on Joel?
Second.
All in favor of Joel for the position of secretary?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations, Joel. Next up, we have minutes. We haven't met in a while. We've got November 26th. Do we have any comments or do we have a motion to approve for these minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I'll move to approve the minutes from November the 26th, 2024.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions?
Yes, I wasn't here, so I'm abstaining.
Same. So. Motion carries 3 aye votes and 3 abstentions. And then we have 2 conditional use reviews that have pushed out to March 27th. So we'll move on to the zoning map amendment, starting with 234 Hickory Lane. There's someone here for that?
I consolidated and just kind of summarized everything, because I know that the like. This one is our. So, the Historic Commission. Doing the application of the
Microphone on?
The applicant homeowners of 234 Hickory Lane, Maggie and Terry Jones, filed for Class 2 historic resource under our historic preservation ordinance. So rather than go, I don't want to go through the entire, I think there's 4 papers on
Yeah.
that.
Just summarize.
Yes, thank you. The property, meets all 4, I think it's 4 criteria defined in our ordinance, for Class 2 historic resource inclusion. It was recommended, to proceed to the Board of Supervisors to be voted on by the Historic Commission. It was signed by the homeowner. It's a 1930 Adirondack cabin in the Heights section, one of the older section of Newtown Township. Built as a summer cottage, so it sort of exemplifies the summer cottage history of Newtown Township. It was built for a physician in Conshohocken, and he came from the city. And so many of those homes tucked in there were built that way. And this was built in 1930. It's a very unique home, built with beams throughout. The steps are even half sawn wood, logs and twig staircases. It's known as, what is it, the teddy bear house? 3 bear house by the neighbors. Yes. not 1930. Just the, right, okay. Terry, also, living there, he's a renowned sculptor. And he has done multiple, large bronzes up and down the coast, all the way down to Florida. He has a studio there that he built attached to that in keeping with the style of the cabin. So, even though that's not a criteria, that is also a reason that we wanted to put this on the historic ordinance, and he would like that as well. I mean, you can read over it and ask me any specific questions if you have them, but
The owners are present and they're in favor of this application, correct? Yeah, I have no questions.
Don't either.
okay.
Anybody?
I'm gonna vote on this.
And why don't, yeah, they're separate motions, so why don't we do separate?
So this is a motion to, it's a motion to do.
Motion to
Recommendation
designate. the home
added as a class two
two.
resource.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion to recommend to the Board of Supervisors that they approve the application of the owners for the Class 2 historic designation for the property located at 234 Hickory Lane within the township.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next,
That's it. Mhm.
thanks, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Good night.
Moving, now, when I was summarizing, because all three of these all were signed by the homeowner and applicant, I sort of put them together because I know that that usually, is
I would
it,
ask that question.
yes, I knew that. And so I didn't want to individually present each one, but I'll give you a brief. 401 North Newtown Street Road, known as the Charles Neal House, built in 1845. It's on the Historic Resource Inventory of Delaware County and the Pennsylvania Historic and Museum Commission resource list. 405, do you have to vote individually, don't you, on each
Yes.
one of these?
Yeah, they will, yeah.
Okay, so it met at least 4 of the criteria, only needed to meet 1. As defined in our ordinance, it was recommended by the commission to go to to be approved for class 2 resource. And again, it was signed by the homeowner, although that is not necessarily a requirement for that. The supervisor, a commission member, or a homeowner can apply.
Has the owner signed on the application? Has the owner agreed to that?
Yeah, the owner.
That,
said-
all the 3 I'm presenting, the homeowner, these are homeowner applicants,
Yeah.
all 3. So, and Charles Neal House is well known. It's very historic. It's, I'm gonna go there.
Mr. Chairman, I will move that this commission recommend the approval as a Class 2 historic resource for the property located at 401 North Newtown Street Road within the township.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
College.
405 College Avenue, also known as the John Hunter House, built in 1722. It has an association with General Anthony Wayne, and the original homeowner arrived here with him and built that house. Again, the homeowner signed on for this, and it meets at least 4 of the criteria. It needs to meet 1 or more as defined in our ordinance. It was recommended by the Historic Commission that it be a class 2 resource. And I don't know if there's anything else you want to know about that one.
Mr. Chairman, I will move that we recommend the approval of the property located at 405 College Avenue, known as the John Hunter House, as a Class 2 historic resource.
The second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
3406 Goshen Road, also known as the Alfred Yarnell House, built in 1870, also known as the Gatehouse. We're still researching that as to why it might have been called that. Alfred Yarnell was a well-known carpenter, known for helping to build schools in Radnor and in Newtown. And that was, I guess, the family home up to the early 1900s. I think it also served for the Pennsylvania Hospital property that was there. That was Pennsylvania's, the hospital mental health facility all through the late 1800s and early 1900s. And several properties in that area are from there, and this is one of them. And again, the homeowner signed on to that. She put in the application. And we agreed that it meets the Class 2 historic resource criteria, and it met more than 4. And is there any questions on that one? And that you can, that's the picture there.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will move that this commission recommend a historic Class 2 certification of the property located at 3406 Goshen Road to the Board of Supervisors.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
This comes to my house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the only thing, Andy, we don't have anything on the comprehensive plan that's,
Well, I know
Okay.
the township, patient office has put out RFPs. Consultants to assist us in preparing that document. Ultimately, for you to advice in moving it forward, but we don't have anyone at the moment that has, I know we're getting that, like, resumes in. We're going to be by. And
we have the same woman, I can't remember her name, years ago did it the last time?
that, I don't know who that was.
She was in West Chester.
Yeah.
That was before my time.
Yeah, just curious. I mean, I just for everyone, so there'll be a lot of extra meetings. We can divide and conquer in terms of not everyone has to go, but there's a lot of, I want to make it up, there might be 6 or 8 public meetings just for people to express what it is they're looking for in the township. And so the consultant will generally lead that, and some number of us will be at those meetings.
When did we do it that last?
For my time.
Yeah. well,
Yeah.
It's-
It was at least
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Oh,
it
that
was a long time ago, yeah.
No. But getting older, right?
Yeah.
So Andy, the time frame, you're preparing to hire a consultant, and then,
That consultant would ultimately come before you as well. I don't
Yeah.
believe that we're going to go directly to the board. I think that we're going to do initial interviews.
Yeah. we
I don't
did
know how
that.
much of a part I'll take. That'll be up to Mr. Neese. But ultimately, at least 1 or 2 will be chosen, presented to you. Yeah, you'll have a part in that decision making.
It's a 26 project though, right?
Pardon me?
For the most part, it's a 26 project.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's, yeah, well, I guess we'll get someone lined up to
right,
lead us this year.
right.
and then there's public hearings to understand what people are looking for, and then the consultant prepares the plan.
Well, I don't know how much,
They weren't hearing so much, like we had tables with maps,
Okay.
and,
Yeah.
and it was sort of open
Yeah.
dialogue
Mhm.
on, the consultant led it, park areas, parking, just, and people could say, this or that, and it was really, and a fair number of people came.
Yeah, but
Oh.
the idea is to get as many residents as possible to get involved, to participate in those meetings. And I remember last time, even though quite a few did participate, but there were a lot of people who did not. And then when it became,
When the
more
plan was
evident-
finished, then
yeah,
everyone.
then people came to complain, but that's.
Yes, I remember.
well, there's significant changes in the township since the last
There was a lot more open space the last time.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
It was
gonna
actually
tie
a
in.
question is what we should build.
It'll tie in future planning, future zoning, the outlook of the township over the next 10 years.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn. Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.